discussing a topic of writing section, which is picture description. Now, from the word or from the name of the topic, it is clear that it refers to describing a picture. Now, picture description can have three patterns. First is that the person has to describe what is present in the picture. Second is that you can either make a story. You can be asked to make a story of your own, and a picture will be shown. Accordingly, you have to narrate your own story. Or third is that a picture is provided and the examiner can ask you to talk about how you feel about that picture, or what are your concerns related to that picture. So these are the different patterns of picture description. Picture description, I do not need to define that. It is basically describing the picture accordingly what the examiner asks you to describe. Now, that picture can be a picture, it can be a photograph, it can be an action scene, or it can be just a sketch of some person, right? Or it can be a quote. There's a quote written in the picture and then you have to describe that quote. So it can be anything. So picture can be in the form of, first, it can be a simple picture of an individual, or it can be an action scene. If not an action scene, it can be a picture containing quotes, or it can be a sketch of a person. Okay, so accordingly the examiner can provide you the pictures and you have to describe that picture of your own. Now, in describing the picture, make sure that you stick to the word limit. The word limit of a picture over here is 100 to 150 words, and in this 100 to 150 words you have to justify the picture. You have to put on the justice to the picture, where each and every small detail you have to mention in that picture. Now, the basic idea of giving this question is to analyze the student, right? The examiner basically wants to analyze you of how deep can you go in the picture, right? And what is your, I can say, recognition skills. What all can you concentrate on, or how much is your concentration skills, how much is your grasping power, and the way that you look at the picture tells about your personality as well. So it is, if even in one picture there are some hidden things, so you have to open your mind and be as accurate as possible to notice what all is present in that picture. So my word limit is 100 to 150 words. Now, the format of my picture description is same as story writing. Why? Because there you have to describe a story out of the points that we make. Just the difference is that instead of points you will be provided with a picture. Rest everything is the same. So the first point is that you have to start with a good introduction. Your introduction should be very powerful, because if your introduction is with full power and with full spice and with a good starting, then obviously the examiner will be interested in reading that and it will provide a good point to you. So first is your introduction. The introduction should be good. It should be spicy. It should contain the idea of the picture. The effect it has on people and society. So all this should be mentioned in the introduction section. After introduction comes your body. In the body section, basically the writer's point of view and the writer's suggestions, the ideas of the writer, or what the writer thinks about the picture has to be mentioned. So here it is basically the ideas of the writer about that picture has to be mentioned. And the third point is my conclusion. Over here in conclusion, you have to round off everything that you have said, round off every detail, conclude. Now suppose the picture is about a child working in a factory. So there again you have to conclude that a strict law should be made to stop child labor, or whatever from your side you want to conclude, that the factories should be banned, or the owners should be penalized for appointing child labor. So conclusion is that you round off all the details, or you suggest something, you give your suggestions, or you make your appeal. So this should be the format of my picture description. Now there are some important points that we need to remember while describing a picture. So let us look at the points, let us have a look at the points that we should keep in mind while composing a picture. So now let us understand some points to remember. So next heading can be points to remember. That point to remember is, the first point is that the student should make the content which is almost relatable to the picture. So first and most foremost thing is that content should be relatable to the picture. Right? First is that the content should be relatable to the picture. Second point is that do not break the link and focus between the content and the picture. There should always be a link between the content and the picture that you are describing. It is not like the picture is about a beach and you are describing deserts. No. If the picture is about the beach, then you definitely have to describe the beach and the sports that can be that are available in the beach, or what is the area around the beach, or the plantations around the beach, the people, how they, the dress of the, you can describe about the swimsuit, you can describe about coconuts, you can describe about suntan. So something which is relatable to the picture. It is not like you will describe about that while in deserts there's a lot of sand. Yes, you can put a contrast, but then do not just get deep into that contrast, right? Overall, everything should be relatable to the theme of your picture. So the third point is that make a remarkable ending. This is also very important to remember, a point to be considered, that if your picture composition is very nice but the ending is very boring, then entire interest is lost, because at the last the examiner becomes less convinced, due to which you can get less marks, your marks can be deducted. So this is important. And then the word limit is 100 to 150 words. That is also a point to remember, that if you portray your paragraph in less words, even then your marks will be cut. And if you go beyond 150, yes, you can touch 170, but if you go beyond 170, again there are chances of losing marks. So stay within the range. And the last and a very important point that you must remember is that before you begin writing the picture composition or the picture description, you should first make some points well before about what you have to speak or what you have to write during your composition to make your work become very easy and organized. So, brainstorm your mind before writing. Before writing, you should make sure that you have the ideas in mind so that your picture composition is very well organized. So now let us take a look of the example of one picture and how you can define that picture. So now here let us have a look at the picture. Now from the picture we can come to a conclusion that the picture is basically about traffic rules and traffic signals. Here it is also written follow traffic signals. Then we can also see zebra crossings, and there are people of different age. There are small children as well as adults who are crossing the road. Then we can also have a look at the traffic signals where 3 lights are present representing red, saffron and green color. So now accordingly we have to compose a picture of composition of our own where we have to describe the picture which is present over here. So I said that while writing about a picture, while describing a picture, there are 3 points to be made. First is the introduction, second is our body and the content, and third includes our conclusion. So now the introductory part will be relatable to the traffic rules and the traffic signals. So we can say, like, how will I start with the intro? I will say that at the traffic signal, we can hear different sounds of vehicles which are either passing or are waiting for their turn to cross the road. Why? Because we know that traffic signal is basically meant to provide a smooth traveling so that there are less chances of accident, because accidents usually occur when there is a crisscross on the roads. So basically the traffic signal is on the crossings, so that when one side of the road, on one side of the road when the vehicles are passing, the other side is on the hold. So here we can talk about that, right? Then we can talk about the traffic signals. Refer to the traffic signals. That the traffic signal over here is on the tall metallic pole. So traffic signal, you can talk about the pole, and you can talk about red, saffron and green light. That these lights are present. This will be your introductory part. When we come to the body, here the basic idea is described. There you can talk about these 3 lights of what each of the lights signifies, right? So signification of lights. Then we can also see the zebra crossing. So we can talk about zebra crossings over here. that what are the zebra crossings? It is the lines that are made on the road with red and black color. And why do we call it zebra crossing? Because it resembles the back of zebra. Therefore, it is referred to as zebra crossing. If you have an idea of any event or any incident that took place in your life relating to traffic signal or relatable to zebra crossing, you can also mention that incident over here. So this is a significant and zebra crossing. Then you can talk about young and adults crossing the road, because that is also written over here. It is being depicted that even the small children and the adults are crossing the road. They are waiting for their turn so that they can cross from one street to another. We can also mention that, and this is my paragraph number 1, this is my paragraph number 2. In the third paragraph, we can conclude by saying that we should follow traffic rules. The importance of traffic rules. So all those can be mentioned over here, and through this we can conclude by appealing all the readers, all the viewers to kindly follow the rules, to kindly put on the seat belts while traveling in car, because that is all for your safety. And for the two-wheelers, we can also say that helmet is compulsory, because it is not for the police, it is just for your own safety, so that in case you fall down due to any accident or due to your two-wheelers being skipped, at that time your brain and your face is not damaged. So you can put in your points also, but that should be relatable to the picture. So if you want to read this example, you can visit the content section over there. The entire answer of this question is provided. So till then, keep learning and keep practicing.